Welcome to the show, guys. Tyreek Hill is on a new team. He's on the Miami Dolphins, signing a 4-year, $120 million deal with approximately $72.2 million guaranteed. This is a huge move, and there's a lot of fantasy impact related to this. I'm going to talk about who's affected, what Tyreek Hill's value is going to be, and if you should draft Tyreek Hill for Fantasy Football 2020 in a fresh new spot with a young quarterback who's relatively unproven. Gonna break it down fully here for you. Now, there's a lot of people offering advice on the impact of this. And guys, a lot of lies out there, okay? There's still a lot more to be uncovered after the NFL draft. But I'm going to give you guys my breakdown either way. Even if the draft happens and things change and, they improve their O-line or they get the best quarterback, on the Dolphins. I don't care if Brady goes to the Dolphins. It's something we got to discuss, okay? We're going to break it down here for you, the truth about Tyreek Hill's fantasy football impact. Before we get in this show, guys, as the time of this recording, March Madness is going. You want to enhance that game watching experience. If you watch March Madness, if you want to get in on the brackets, on the game props, on particular games, go to mybookie.ag, use code FFC. Not only that, guys, if you're watching football, create an account, guys, mybookie.ag right now. Head on over there, mybookie.ag, use promo code FFC, create an account. And guys, I'm telling you, there's some amazing perks if you use that code FFC. Go check it out, guys, right now. Go do that. Create an account. If you're playing or watching sports, you got to enhance your game experience with mybookie.ag, code FFC. Go create an account right now. That's the site I use. Go do that. All right. If you are new to the channel, guys, this is no BS advice. If you guys want to win your league, this is the site to be at. I'm telling you guys, so many people offering cookie cutter, mainstream consensus, sheep's advice. Rankings will not help you guys. This channel. Subscribe, thumbs up, and get that 16-round draft solution. I give you all the sleepers, breakouts, optimal players at each position, everything in the 16-round draft solution, guys. Now, I got the shirt on right here. Now, the reason there's a line with a claw in it, because I wanted to emphasize the fact there's a lot of power in 16 rounds, okay? You're going to claw and destroy the competition, okay? You are the king of the fantasy football jungle with 16 rounds. Click on the link below, okay, guys? Or just Google 16-round draft solution. It comes up. Pre-order right now, all right? Let's dive into this. Tyreek Hill is fantasy football value, but understand this is a Tyreek Hill video, but there's a lot, guys, that goes behind Tyreek Hill's move to Miami, okay? There's so much going on. Now, I don't know. I don't have all the trade details here, but I think the Dolphins, what did they get here? They gave up a first-round pick in 2022, I believe a second-round pick in 2023, and so on and so forth. They gave up quite a bit for Tyreek Hill, but that doesn't matter. What matters is Tyreek Hill and his fantasy football impact. He is now on the Miami Dolphins. He is sharing the field and lining up with the young and talented Jalen Waddle. Now, Jalen Waddle, he could have had a good year this upcoming year, could have had some volume, but Tyreek Hill's there. Now, I'm going to tell you the biggest concern with Tyreek Hill and his fantasy football outlook. There's actually quite a lot of concern. First and foremost, he's joining Tua. If Tua is the starting quarterback at the beginning of the season, he is very young, okay? Tua, you're out of Alabama. He's a first-round pick, a fifth overall, 24 years old. Now, the problem here with Tua, he's going into his third year, okay? Let me stand correct. He's going into his third year. 388 attempts last year, played 12 games, 26.53 when you're looking at passing yards, 16 touchdowns, 10 interceptions. We have not seen anything out of Tua at all, guys, okay? At all. It's his third year, all right? Now, he is still relatively unproven. The talent is there. The potential is there, but we still have not seen it. So that's a big, huge question mark. Now, again, he only played 12 games last year. The attempts weren't there. So when I'm looking at Tyreek Hill, now, when you look at Tyreek Hill, he's not a huge volume guy. The guy can catch and run, get a lot of yards after catch with very minimal. But even still, man, in his 2021 season, okay, 151 targets, 1,239 yards, 9 touchdowns. the targets were there. But there was years where he had, good numbers. Where did he have? Like, it was 2020, he had 135 targets. Okay, still put up solid numbers, but he still needs quite a few targets. All right, I don't know if he's going to get that with Tua. That's the problem, okay? So, again, if you look at Tyreek Hill, the talent is there. New situation, they've got Jalen Waddle, who last year had himself a good year as well, a decent year, 104 receptions on 141 targets, 1,015 yards, 6 touchdowns, okay? 141 targets is not bad, but Tyreek Hill is there. So is that rapport going to continue with Jalen Waddle? Yes, it will. But is Tyreek Hill going to get his fair share of targets? That's another question, right? So now you're contending with Jalen Waddle, who was the number 1 target getter last year. Okay? Now I'm going to pull up here. This is crazy, but I'm going to pull up the Miami Dolphins wide receivers last year, okay? Based on target distribution. It was Jalen Waddle, Devontae Parker with 73 targets. He was number 2. Waddle with 141. Devontae Parker was 73. Then there was Mac Hollins. They were 28. Albert Wilson with 39. So you had Waddle at 141. You had Devontae Parker at 73. All right. So, again, Waddle being the one guy there that's going to be a concern. So Tyreek Hill comes in here, and he's going to demand at least 130 targets, minimum, if he's going to be a first-round pick. Now, the problem is I think a lot of the mainstream, a lot of the consensus and the consensus are going to be drafting Tyreek Hill in the first round, or they're going to have him in their top 10. And I think this is a mistake because, again, young quarterback, new offense, and Tyreek Hill now is going to be sharing, targets with the number 1 receiver. Miami was Jalen Waddle with over 140 targets last year. And we have a quarterback who just doesn't throw the ball a lot, or has not been proven. So are the targets going to be there for Tyreek Hill? That's a big question mark. Nobody really knows. I'm going to say off initial look here, I'm going to say a big no. And Tyreek Hill, again, I'm seeing him on the consensus at number 8 right now. And that's a problem. You've got this guy top 10 on a new team with everything I just stated, okay? So I'm going to give you guys my breakdown here, whether I'm going to draft him or not. But I also want to talk here real quickly on the other people that are going to be affected with Tyreek Hill trade. First and foremost is going to be Tua. Now that's going to give Tua a boost. So Tua, he gets a thumbs up. Tua gets, that's definitely going up, right? That's definitely going to help Tua. Is it going to help Pat Mahomes? I'm going to say it's not going to help Pat Mahomes. Now, you're going to say, well, Joe, Pat Mahomes has Travis Kelce. Yes, Pat Mahomes has Travis Kelce, so people are going to be all over Travis Kelce, saying Travis Kelce is going to have the best year of his life, and that's very possible, right? They've brought in Juju. They've got Mecole Hardman still there. They've shipped off Brian Pringle. He's off to the Bears. Robinson was there. He's off with, I think he's a 1-year deal with the Raiders. Robinson, Pringle are gone. Juju slides in. Mecole Hardman slides up to the top as of the time of this recording, unless we see what happens with the NFL draft. I don't speak about the NFL draft until the NFL draft happens because I don't care about the rookies until they land on a particular team and where they're drafted. So if a team, is in a need of a particular position, let's say the top wide receiver coming out of the 2022 draft, let's say he's drafted, top 10 overall in the NFL draft, and he's on a team that needs a wide receiver, that person's going to get volume. So it's based on where they're drafted in reality and what team they land on and the needs of that team. That's when I know if that person's going to have fantasy football impact once I juggle the depth chart around. But as of right now, Travis Kelce is primed for a big season, yes, but I don't know if Mecole Hardman is good enough to be a wide receiver 1. He's good. I think he could be a wide receiver 1, but are they going to bring in somebody else to line up with him? If not, Mecole Hardman is absolutely going to be a steal this year. I love Mecole Hardman this year, okay? Again, you've got Tua. He gets a boost. Mecole Hardman gets a boost. Travis Kelce gets a boost. Jalen Waddle does not get a boost. He gets a decline. Tyreek Hill. Now, that's a big question. So let's talk about it. Do you draft Tyreek Hill this year? Now, the simple answer to this one would be, well, he's talented, Joe. He's going to be the wide receiver 1, Joe. Makes sense. The problem is the ADP. Now, if I can get Tyreek Hill in the 5th, 6th round, sure, absolutely. But that's not how it's going to go because the consensus Everybody seems to follow the mainstream, and he's going to be, as of right now, sitting top 8 amongst the consensus rankings. So Tyreek Hill, based on average draft position, is very, very expensive. Am I going to draft him? Absolutely not. I will be staying away from Tyreek Hill. I was going to be staying away from Tyreek Hill anyway because he's very volatile. He is getting a downgrade from Pat Mahomes to Tua. So I don't know what else to tell you other than that. And he was pretty volatile with Pat Mahomes. Yes, at the end of the year, Tyreek Hill put up phenomenal points. Okay, he did well. I mean, what did he put up last year? I'm going to pull this up in PPR. 296 points. But typically on a game-to-game basis, there was 5 or 6 games there where he was like a wide receiver 4 based on fantasy points, like putting up 5, 6, 9 points games. You know, like I'm looking at it right now. There was a game in week 16, he put up 3.9 points. There was a week in week 13, he put up 4.2 points. There was a week in week 9, 7.3 points. There was a week in week 2, 5.9 points. Now imagine this, guys. You invest a first-round pick in Tyreek Hill, and I know players have volatile games, but you invest a second-round pick in Tyreek Hill last year, and week 2 comes along, you start him as your wide receiver 1, and he puts up 5.9 points. And then you think to yourself, hey, man, that was a bit of a fluke of a game. The week after, he puts up 9.7 points. So now 3 out of, week 1, he had a good week. He had 37.1 points. But 2 out of the first 3 weeks of your fantasy football season from a wide receiver 1, he puts up 2 duds. And you're thinking to yourself, well, man, he had 2 bad weeks. I may bench him. This other player is playing better. He had a, breakout week. He's the waiver wire wonder. I'm going to start him. Then he has a phenomenal game. And listen to this, guys. I'm taking you through an emotional roller coaster here. Week 4, he has 47.6 points. So, damn, yes, Tyreek Hill's back. And then you start him week 5, he has 14.8 points. So the point I'm trying to make, guys, it's one game good, one game bad. That's with Pat Mahomes. Jalen Waddle's there now with the Dolphins. And again, they've got Tua, which is a downgrade. So very dicey. I don't like it. I'm not drafting Tyreek Hill. It's up to you guys to make that decision. That's my full breakdown in the fantasy impact as of right now, pre-NFL draft surrounding Tyreek Hill. All right, guys, if you're new to the channel, you like the breakdown, this is making sense to you. I'm not just ranking him top 10. Guys, common sense, guys. All right, that's something that the mainstream lacks. Get the 16-round draft solution. You'll be very happy and light years ahead of the competition. Claw your way to the championship this year. 16-round draft solution, guys. All right? Get it below. If you're new to the channel, subscribe, and hope you enjoyed the video. I'm out.